Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful portfolio. So if you are a designer, marketer, business owner, or even an entrepreneur, you can create a simple portfolio where you can show your project. So these can be replaced with whatever you want to replace them with. And also, I created a case study page, which you can also use the case study page for each and every one of the portfolio. Say for example, now you work on this and you work on this, is the same format, and you can use them on several projects, and you can also add to this if you wish to. Also, it's editable, very user friendly, and it's built with Elementor. But I did not leave the persons that are not that techy and those ones that understand Figma a little bit. So the templates also, there are free templates also available for Figma, though I also showed how to build this home page from scratch, and you can also have this in Figma and edit it to your own taste. So I also prototyped it in a way so that it's going to be very easy for those persons that would want to use Figma, and you can do the full prototype yourself. As you can see, this is the Figma, and you can go to different pages if you want, and you can improve on these designs. So without wasting time, let's get into the video, and you can find the downloadable templates below in the description. So we're going to be working on the home page of our portfolio, and the first thing we have to do is we have to edit because we've not converted it to Elementor. So yeah, so once we click on edit, I don't think there's anything we need to do other than to click with edit with Elementor. So now it has been converted from WordPress default builder to Elementor. So as you can see, this is the first section that we have to work on, where we have the logo, then we have the name, and we have some other details here. So the first thing we have to do is we have to bring in Flexbox. So this is Flexbox. So since we are just only having one section, meaning we're only having this section, all we just have to do is bring in this. Then the first thing, I think one of the easiest thing to use to create this is image box. Let's see, I think image box, yes, good. So image box should do the trick for us. So now, but the first thing is that we need to first of all align this here. I think the decks are aligned, right? Yes. Okay, so we have to change the image, because once we change the image, it's going to give the site more flair, if I may use that. So I'm going to export this. Okay, so in the process of exporting, I'm going to import all the files needed in this design. Okay, so this is it here. We're going to select it. So automatically it's already here. Then if you notice, there is space in between. So all we have to do is fill in the right details first. We come here, fill in the details here. Then we come here again and we fill in the details here. So now once we are done with that, we have to align it to this other side. So we are going to check if there is anything here. I think this, we might just take it to, let's say, 5. I think that would do it. H5. Yeah, so H5 is like the lowest of the header text. So the next thing we're going to do is the spacing between both of them. We have to reduce that. So if you find your stuff having this gap, don't worry, we are going to fix that. So we are going to put this in the middle, so it's going to sit in the middle here. Then make sure if it's not, if yours is not in the left, make sure it's in the left. So this is what it does, right, in case you're just asking. Then the spacing, put it to 0, right, because we're still going to adjust this by ourselves. The next thing that we are going to do is we're going to reduce the size of this to this. Then I think we have what we want here. Then let's just do everything that needs to be done here. I don't think we need to do anything to the image. I just feel we can, you know, give it a hover effect. That's grow. So if you know, at least for micro interactions, I don't think there's any other thing that is very important for us to do here. Then we just click on close content. This we would have to make sure the, you know, the text color is different for visual, you know, hierarchy. So we're going to come here and we're going to, you know, we have a global color, right? So we're going to click on global and we're going to select this subtle text. Voila, we have that. So the next thing we're going to do is, in order to bring these guys closer to here, is because of there is no padding. If we, you know, put it in a box and there is something closer to this, no, I don't want to explain so much. It's going to work itself out, but currently it's not. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this and adjust it till we are very okay with it. Right, I think that's fair enough for us. No AI, I don't think I need you right now. So I click that by mistake. So we click on publish. So it's very good to always publish what you do. And if you want to see what it looks like in the real site, this is what it looks like. Yes, I know it's close to the header. We're going to work on that soonest. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on here and we're going to make here, we're going to call this padding. I usually give it 80 at the top, 80, and bottom 80. So you can choose just to be 40. It all depends on what you want to go with. So now to work on this section, all we just have to do is copy the text. Then we're going to use a text editor. The reason why we're using the text editor is because of highlighting. Elementor doesn't have a default highlighting function. You see what I mean? So if I click on this, we have this, and I'm going to increase this. So we would increase this. Let's give it, I think, 34. Yeah, 34 might do it. Then this sentence, let's have it here. We're gonna work on the line heights. I'm just trying to make sure everything is okay. Then what was the word that was highlighted? I have. Okay, so everything from I have is the only good. The only thing, or the only problem we have is we would not be able to pick a color. So we have to pick a color from here, or we have to go to our website and pick. So for consistency sake, we have to pick the color of this, right? So in order to do that, we just come back to our customizer. So I'm going to copy that. Then I'm going to come here, highlight it, select this, then click on custom. Then I'm going to paste this. I'm going to click OK. So automatically it has done that for us. So the next thing is we are going to click on this. Let me just give it 40. Yeah, I think this 40 speaks much, but I'm going to still adjust it. We are going to have the line height, because I feel that is not giving us exactly what we want. Okay, so the line height, I think 47 does it. So 36, 30, 47, and the later spacing 0.0. Okay, so since this is not feeding directly from the website itself, that's the global setting, so I'll just leave it at 2. I think 2, it's 2 works for us. So we come back to this, and I think product manager. So we have this, and another thing again we need to do, if the size is not okay, we can always increase it. But I want to first of all add padding, it's a double line thingy. So I'm going to add a left hand padding. Exactly what I was looking for. Okay, so I'm having the issue where it jumps to this place. So what we need to do is we just reduce this to, so we're going to reduce to 34. Then when we reduce this to 34, we're just going to bring this to another page. So now we have this clean design that we have here. So refresh, and this is very nice, right? So we look at this and we have these two. So how do we go about this? So now what we're going to do is we are going to add a container inside. The reason being is that both two buttons are inside. So what we're going to do is we're going to add this first container. Then after we add this first container, we're going to add another container inside. So to do that, we're going to click here and add another container inside. So now here we're going to click here and we're going to click this and we're going to duplicate this. So now we have these two containers. So the reason why I did this is because this changes the position of the container. So we are going to click here and I'm going to click on this, meaning whatever is inside must, there's no padding or anything. You get, so just for alignment. So now the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to put in the buttons. So we're going to put in the button. So this is the first button, and we are going to work on it. So the first one is call me, email me, sorry about that. So this is email me and we're going to edit it. So by editing it, we're going to click this, we're going to click here. So this is going to be your mail to link or email, right? So by default, sometimes Elementor is very stubborn. They don't usually want to take the global settings. So what we're going to do is we are going to click on black here for strong. Then we are going to click here for white. There's a reason, in as much as it has done it, we're still going to do it just in case it's proven stubborn, right? So then we're going to border radius this, because that's what we have, right? So we have this. Then the next thing that we are going to have is the hover effect. So whenever we hover around it, the background has to be white. That's white. Then the text would be black. Strong. Then we have this. Then another thing that is very important is we can say solid as the border. Don't worry, when you see it, you see what I'm talking about. Then I'm just gonna put one so you could see that when we have this. Then we can do a shrink, meaning once you click on it, it shrinks. So at least giving it more micro interactions. Then another thing I want to do is I want to do this to, so that, because if you notice, if I click empty, this is that there's a spacing between here and here. So in order to remove that, I'm just going to click here and I'm just going to do this. So it's going to work well. Okay, so this is it, and the next is that I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm going to duplicate it and I'm going to use this box to bring it here. So now the reason why we are not using this is because this would be a little bit far, and here we can still control things. Like for example, I can put it 1, I can put it in 0, right? So here it's not bad, but this would give it an even space. So we have this. Then all we're just going to do is we're going to reverse it. So when I mean reverse, this is what I mean. We're going to click here and say no, we want this white and we want this now black, right? So same thing goes here. we now want this black, and we now want this white. So you can have this. Okay, so we're going to click on publish to see what we have here. So we have this, and this is very interactive, and we already have this. So now the next thing we are going to do is, if you notice, there's this gradient thingy at the back called dot dot dots pattern. So how are we going to do that? That's not difficult. We're going to click on this, we're going to come to background, I'm going to click on classic, and we are going to, okay, then we're going to select. So as you can see, that is it. So we can actually reduce the opacity of it by putting white, right? So as you can see, the more I increase, the more it disappears, because I didn't really like how deep it was. So I think 0, should we put that 0 now? So I think this is fair enough, right? I think this is fair enough for us, guys. So we have this, and this is what we have here. Don't worry, we're going to make sure the heading have the same thing. So we are done with the first section, and we move to the next one, which is this section. So before we move to the other section, we have to edit this and call it call me. So this is, you can put WhatsApp link or whatever link you would feel like to put here, right? Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is this section, like we said. And if you notice, we kind of have like one section inside this big section. We have one, we have two, and we have three. So three sections. So how do we go about that? So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to create a mother section, right? So this is the mother section, and I'm going to put it by top 80. So the top, I'm going to put it 40, then the bottom, I'm going to put it 80. So the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to bring in another cell inside, that is container, right? So when we put this container inside, I'm going to duplicate it. So now if you notice, like I said, we have three, one, that's 1, 2, 3. So we have that, we have those three. So in doing that, the next thing we need to do is, I just want to just make sure this isn't 0, there is no padding or anything whatsoever in it. So we can do that to all of them. And once we've done that, let's work on the first one. So the first one, if you notice, it has two section, which is this and this. So we're going to try the first way, which is we're going to have it, put it here. So this one, we don't need to add anything inside. So you'll see what I mean by that when I say put it here. So we're going to click on the heading, and for some weird reason known to this guy, I don't know why Elementor recent has been doing that. So let's use text editor. Then if we use text editor, we are going to change this to H2. So in changing this to H2, think, let's see if this does the same thing. So I want to be very sure. Okay, I think there is a slight difference. I want to be very sure. Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. So the reason why I am trying to use, if you check, there's this weird spacing it gives, and I don't have the strength for that today. We're gonna copy experience, and we're going to put this here. So then we are going to add, we're going to duplicate this because it's still the same thing, view more. So we're going to duplicate this, and we're just going to drag it inside here. So you guys may be wondering, hey, these guys are like at both ends of this thing. What are we going to do? Between, first of all, yes, this is very important. horizontal. So now as you are seeing it, this then space in between. So this is what we have here. So then we're going to click here and call it view more. Okay, so this is our view more, and if we click on this, we can see it here, experience view more. So now the next thing that we need to do is we need to work on these guys. So now this one, there is no how we have to bring in another box inside here. All right, so we're going to bring in this box. So now in order to see your hierarchy of boxes, because I'm already used to this, so you're going to click on stretch structure, not stretch. Then when you click on structure, you can see everything that you're doing here. You can see everything. So this is where we are now, right? So we're in this container that you are seeing here, and in this container we have this, which is just one container, but this one we have a container inside. So this container inside, I am going to put it at 0, so there is nothing, no padding or anything. So I'm going to duplicate it. So I will just duplicate it D. So once I duplicate it, I'm going to come to the mother container, which was the original one we had here, and I'm going to click on it, this. So we have this here. So now the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to add, I'm going to first of all do this first. I'm going to work on this before, so I can hide this, so I don't need it for now. So I'm going to add an image, because image is the first thing that we have. That's this. So this is going to be where you add your portfolio images. So we have, the first one is this image. It's that image. So I select it. So as you can see, it's here. I have this. So yeah, I exported it as a PNG so that it's going to retain the curves and everything. So I don't have to do the curves here, right? So once I have this, the next thing we're going to work on is this image. You may be thinking, okay, how do we go about this? So we're going to add an icon. So we're going to add an icon here. Then we're going to upload it as an SVG, because I don't think Elementor doesn't have the icon. So we're going to upload as an SVG here. So once we click on enable, then we're going to click on upload. So we already have the icon here as an SVG. Then we click on insert. So at the moment, you would not be able to see it, right? So we are going to go to our advanced, then we are going to go to this, then we're going to pick it up a little bit. I think something like this is fair enough. Then we are going to align it to the, sorry, okay, let's use right. Before we do that, let's take the icon so that we don't have to manually do that. First of all, we have to take the icon to the right first. Let it be on the right. Then we have to now take it to the left a little bit. I think this is fair enough. This is fair enough. Let's give it 6. Yeah, I think this is okay. So this is also a button. So if you have you can, this image, you can put the link, you can put custom link, take it to the page. Here too is a link, and the good thing is all of these we can, you know, make them give an hover effect, right? So if we come to hover effect, so as for this, I'm going to use float. So I'm going to select float, and I want to make the transition smooth, so I can, that's too much. Let's, yeah, so if there's this thing, then here too you can actually, you know, give it a grow animation. I think on hover we will give it grow, so it may not be that significant, but I think it's, you get, so at least micro interactions are very important. Okay, so now that's just one of it. So we still have text, so these two texts shouldn't be much of an issue. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to add our text. So since we've been having issues with um, text of late, so we're just going to use um, text editor. So we're going to add our text editor here. So adding our text editor here. So the image, you do it like that, because if you notice, what I noticed was sometimes Elementor just gives it this spacing, and I don't want that. I want the full width of the image, so it touches everywhere. So you are going to do that. So the next, we are going to have this as the first one. And the good thing is, once you've done for one, it's going to be very easy to do for the rest. Then brand identity, we'll just duplicate, and we're going to do this. Okay, so I think what's happening here is the spacing. Let me first of all confirm that 10, if I give it 5. So I want to first of all seek it to, okay, so the 20 spacing is what I'm observing here, but because of these guys are, in line, I don't want to disrupt that. So what I might do is I would bring these guys closer to each other. But before I do that, let me just increase this a little bit. This is definitely 14, and I'm going to give it let's just say 17, because it's a little bit bigger, right? Then this, we're going to change the text color to subtle. You get, so here I will just jack it up, right? So there's a reason why I'm doing that, so that I don't just want to scatter the whole padding and everything here. So I think this should look nice. Yeah, this is it. So we have our micro interactions, so at least things don't look a little bit dull. So we have our text, brand identity, and everything. So once we are, let's check if we are done with actually everything here. So don't forget, if you are doing the real thing, put your links and everything. You can put the links on the text so that anything they click here takes users to that particular portfolio page. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to replicate the same thing, and the good thing is we can delete this. Don't worry. Then let's make sure, okay, let's go back before deleting. I want us to be very sure we're actually deleting the right thing. So yes, we are deleting this container. Then this container we're going to duplicate. So once we duplicate, we have the same thing here, right? So once we duplicate, we just need to swap the images. I think the next one is supposed to be this. Then we have this. And we have this. So that's why sometimes it's always good to design some things in Figma before, so it just makes it easy for you to build an Elementor. Okay, so if we click on publish, we have the same thing here. So this is neat. This is actually a very neat portfolio. So you have your stuff, you have your work, you have this here. So now let's just do it for the next one. We're just going to duplicate. So now this time around, instead of us duplicating, I need to go back to that structure so I know what I'm duplicating. So instead of duplicating this, I'm going to duplicate the full container. So we have this here. So same thing that we did, we're just going to simply do this. So I will skip this since we already know how to go about this. Okay, so once we are done, we are going to check our site, and voila, we have this. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful portfolio. I believe if almost everybody's, even my portfolio is not as cute as this. I'm not going to lie to you. So we have this and cute interactions and everything that we want here. So these are experiences, our portfolio. So the next thing that we are going to do, or the next section that we are going to do, is going to be the skills section. Okay, now before we do the skill section, we delete this because we don't need it again. We already have everything that we needed. So to do the skill section, we do the same thing that we always do. We need two this time around because we have one section, one big role, then we have one section inside it. So we're going to use this, and we're going to click on this, and we're going to add 40, and I'm going to put bottom 80. Okay, so the next thing that we have to do is, I'm just going to duplicate this, right? Because we already have something like this, or I just copy and paste. Let's see. Okay, copy, paste. Good. So we have this, and we're going to change this to our skills and service. You can call it my skills, you can call it my service. It all depends on what you want that thing to be, right? So the next thing we're going to build is we're going to create accordions. So accordions is this. So this is what we're going to use. So this is what it looks like. So now here, I think this is going to be the simplest one. Let's just do it once and for all and forget about it. That's here. And we are going to remove this, and we're going to replace it with this, because I think that is what's there, right? So yeah, that's what's there. Okay, then don't forget, remember this thing does this. So we do this, and we have this. So now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to configure our accordion a little bit, right? So how many questions do we have here? One, two, three, four, five. Let's just copy it. Yep. So we have this, I paste this, then I have this, I paste this, then product. So this could be anything for yours. This one is just a sample. All right, so I'm going to add the remaining ones. That's the last one, mobile app, right? Okay, so now we have this here. So if you notice, we have this if let me click on somewhere here, so we have this box around it and every other thing. So we're going to do that one after the other. So but first we need to work on this. So now this is, sorry, this is going to, we're going to do something like this. Then the icon position is going to be here. So you could see, so we put this stretch, meaning it's going to stretch to the very end. Icon position here, I don't think, I'm not a fan of plus and minus, so I'm going to just do, I think it's down chevron. I think angle. Let me see if angle has top. Okay, yes, angle up. I think that's smaller. That's much cuter than the other one. So now I think we don't have any other thing. Shima is if you want to add it to Google this thing. Interactions, yes, on default all collapse, meaning what it means that by default one used to open, so we'll just say all collapse. Maximum item expanded one. Then animation, so this is just the animation that you are seeing here. So nothing much, let's move on to the next. So space in between, I kind of like it, I don't have issues with it. So this is the accordion. The accordion none. When you put none, you could see that we have this. So I'm going to put solid, and I am going to edit this. So I'm going to only put it at the bottom. So if you notice, it was at the edge, but now it's only at the bottom because that is what I want. So then on hover, same thing. I don't think it does otherwise on hover. Let's check, let's confirm. Okay, the best way to confirm is by publishing it. Okay, it does not do that, does not misbehave. So we are going to leave it on hover. But if you just want, you can still just repeat the same process just to be, careful. So now, on hover, let me just do it. Solid is one. Okay, and you see now as I change it is now asking for subtle color. So now I would do this on subtle color. Then on active, I just on hover, on normal, on hover. Okay. So then on the header, so the header, this is the header. This is what they mean. There's nothing we need to do. I think everything, the color and everything is good. But the only way we can do is on active, we can make it strong. Then on hover, we can do it this, and on active, we do it this. So you understand the this I'm saying. So on hover, we have this, we have this. So as you can see, so I think on hover in the accordion, oh, I did right instead of bottom. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, just figuring that out. So as you can see, we have this. I think this is much lively. So next one we're going to do is we're going to click on the content, and the content we're just going to write something, right? So the content, I'm just going to write something. So the content depending, we can, let me just put something there. So once we click on publish, so you see what it is once you drop down. So now once we click on a drop down and we click on drop down, you can see this. But what I want to do is I don't like this. I will just put a box. So when I click on this, that's the drop down. Let me go back now. I want to do it on, so it's going to be global. So I'm going to come here, border type, um this, then this, then I'm going to just put it bottom one, and I'm going to take the color to be our subtle color. So now we are not just leaving it to the fate of, so as you can see, we have this, right? So normally you see that there was no heading in this place, but once we drag it down, there is a heading here to differentiate. So automatically it's going to do the same thing for the rest, but we don't need to populate the data, right? Because let's just do this, and so at least the others will just have their stuff just for aesthetic sake, right? Okay, so we've done everything, and we are going to refresh to see what we've done so far. So as you can see, we have what we have here, and this is where you do much explanation to your services and explain more about yourself and what your services or skills offer, right? Then one thing you will notice that it is up here, so I want it to centralize and be in the middle. So we're just going to do this. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to click on this. I'm going to tell it to, sorry, to be in the center. So it's going to be in the center here. So as you can see here, it's now here. So at least. So now let's give motion to this. So it's not just going to be looking static. Then we are going to apply image hover animation to, I think what we've been using is, I want to be very sure. What did we use here? Not icon, image. We use float 0.5. So we're going to come back here and we're going to choose float. Okay, yeah. This opacity is not bad. That if we are able to change the color, right? Yeah. Okay, so we have this. So the next section is this section. So the next section is going to be our tools section. So like we did the other time, we're going to have one, two, then two sections. So now, like we did this, we can actually duplicate, right? We can actually copy instead of duplicate because it's going to be hard for us to start, carrying everything. So I am just going to do this because sometimes you just have to be lazy at times. So we're going to delete this. We're going to delete this. Then we're going to delete the mother container. So then here we already have top tools, or you can call it tools I use. All depends on your text or copy structure. So now we have this. So this is going to be tricky in a way. So I'm just going to delete almost everything here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use structure so that I don't scatter things. So I'm going to, I don't think we need anything inside here. No, I don't think we do. So we're just going to delete three. So now I'm just going to leave this one here. So it's just going to give us or we should just have add new container from the side and just delete this one since we don't need it. Yeah, then don't forget to do this to this. Okay, so now we are here. So the next thing that we are going to do is we need to figure out how we are going to get these two guys here. And one way I am seeing that to happen is we can actually try, since they're going to be more than one, so each of them have to have their own boxes. So if it was just only one here, we can just put things inside here and order it as we put the direction, but we need to put in another box. So we're going to put in one box and we're going to put in, we're going to duplicate that box. Duplicate. So now we're going to look for the mother container. So this is the mother container and we need to arrange it this way. So now in doing it this way, I'm going to put it here. It's like 10 and I'm going to come in. Let's remove all those inside thinking from it. That's all the padding. So now as we've done that, let's check, do we have any padding here? So I just need to just remove all those padding. Then we're going to add the image. So the first thing is that we're adding an image. So that you get to understand what I did here. If you check this, this is having 12. So let me just put it 10. Then if you check this is 100. I didn't touch this. So this is 10. Let's add an image to see if that would sit well. So the first one is Figma. Good. So now we have Figma and we need to add this to it. That's this whole thing here. So now in order to add it, we need to add what we call progress bar. Progress bar. So this is a progress bar. Then we add a progress bar. So as you can see, the progress bar has this whole thingy. I'm kind of liking this. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this. This actually looks very nice. This actually looks very nice. This look nice. So with Elementor we can't really achieve this 100%, right? So we can actually give more style to this. So if I'm to use this, I would say, okay, I can call this Figma. Then I would call this, you can just put here UI UX design, UI slash UX design. So this is left to you. This is left to your discretion. You can totally remove it if you want, right? But I just feel it gives this, unique feel to it. So then we can, this is where we now add text and we have other things that we can add. Let's see if we are done with everything. So now we'll just, this one was what, 80%. So we're going to give it 80%. Okay, so 80%. Then we have title. Most of the times I just make sure I select this because then percentage, the percentage is white. Oh, the percentage background, this is background color. Let me check that. Okay, for some weird reasons. Oh, okay. Then the background color, I think I like background color, but let's check this now. Yeah, I think I like what I'm seeing there. Yep. Inner text. Okay, this is the inner text. It's gonna be white. I think I like this. Then do we need border radius? Let's check if we do border radius. No, it's not gonna be nice. So let's see if we do half a border radius, meaning this. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. But I feel that sharp edge just takes it out. Like, yeah. So this is it. I think this is actually lovely. I like this. Then we can actually see what it looks like in our real design. Oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. So UI UX design. So yeah, I dig this. So what we'll do next is we're just going to duplicate. So you see, or we'll just do one and we're going to duplicate for the rest. So okay, now so we are going to delete this, and as usual we would duplicate this. So now once we duplicate this two here, we can now duplicate this. As you can see, we have four of this here. So let me close this for now. I want to first of all see if we have any issues. Now this is lovely, right? Isn't this lovely? So we have this, and I think we need one more. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to change all these values. So just I'm going to change one, so you see how we're going to change it. So I would the next one is Framer. Then I'm going to select this. I'm going to put web development, websites dev. Then I'm going to put this as Framer. Okay, so you see websites. Let me just put websites. So we have websites. So the rest I'm going to change it so it's not going to take us much time. Okay, so I have done it, and let me go back to my structure. We have everything here. So this is everything that we have here. So if you choose to want to increase it, you can choose to increase the spacing, right? So just in case anything you want to do, you can do it here. So now if I come down here, you can see that there's more space and storage. So now this is this. So the next thing we're going to do is mobile optimization. So we're going to optimize it for mobile responsiveness, meaning it's going to be nice in the eye for mobile users. So take for example, now let me show you what I mean. If I right click on this site and I click on this, and you could see for mobile it's kind of chaotic, like big time chaotic. So we're just going to do some, adjustment, and let's see what we can pull. But it's already looking cool, not too bad, but we can improve that. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to click on this, that's this here. Then we're going to put 20, 20. It may not look like a lot, but trust me, it has done so much that you can't even imagine. Then as for this, we did a lot of, so this is this. Then for mobile, no, sorry. So for some weird reasons, I don't know why that is. So I'm just gonna do this. Then as for these two, I think let's just put 0. I think the 0 did it right. So I would be tempted to do this, right? But the problem this would cause is on the web, it may not fit as much as we would enjoy it. So if I check here, uh, I would have to adjust this for mobile. I thought it adjusted for web. Well, I would have to do it for both, no problem. So this is what it is here. So but what I'm going to do, because I like something very nice, so I may do this. But whoever is going to edit this would have a they may need to know that this is double, right? So they may not even know that this is here until they check it. So okay, I'm going to double it. So meaning this would only show responsive. So I'm going to hide this one on mobile and tablet. Then this, because I like, sorry, yeah. Then this one I'm going to hide it on. So this one I'm going to hide it on what do they call this thing? Responsive. I'm going to hide it on web. So if I go to mobile, right? Let's see. So for mobile, I'm just going to adjust. I think what I'm going to adjust is going to be just the let's try 30. If it doesn't work, let's try 28. Okay, I think 30 does, 30 works. 30 works, and yes, these two we would try 38. Okay, I remember mobile has this thingy with, you just have to either be 1 or 2. So it's either going to be 1.5, 1.2, or 1.3. This and this, let's X. Okay. I wanted to say what's the difference. There's a clear difference. Okay. As for this, I'm coming. Oh, are you saying on mobile this doesn't work? Okay, if it does not work, let's adjust it for mobile. Okay, as for this, we are only just going to add a padding to the bottom. So the reason why is if we check this, so we have this here. So for some weird reasons, Elementor isn't giving me what I want, which is this for the image stuff, right? So the same way we did experience, we could use an image and text here. So if you want both of them to align here, I think this method would be a good one. But this is still it here in name, product manager, and everything. So for mobile, right? So the next thing we're going to optimize is we're going to optimize this site. I don't think we have much problem here. I think once we do this, which is giving this okay, no, we're going to do it from the mobile, right? So it's going to be 20, 20. So let's publish and see if that's made any changes. Good. So this is exactly what we want. Okay. So the next, this we can actually make this smaller, right? I feel this should be smaller because since it's not like a major, so we can make this 12. Yeah, this will look much more so because here it was looking a little bit big. So I think when we do that, it would reduce it. Yeah, this looks much appealing to the eye. Right. So now another thing again we need to do is we can remove this. So for mobile, right, this guy is actually more like an hindrance. So we can just come to mobile, responsive and hide on mobile. So once we do that, you would see that there'll be a closeness between these two. So yeah, so this is the closeness I was talking about. So we have this a little bit close to together. Okay, so now the next step is I think every one of this is nice. Good. Then we'll just optimize this in as much as it doesn't have it or have any problem, we would still do it. So we're gonna put 20, 20. So then we would make sure this is 0. Why we thought that it didn't have any problem is there was nothing like so we did that. I think it was 20, right? Yeah, back to 20. So we have this for these guys. Good. So we're going to optimize this section as well. So that's the last section to optimize for this page. So we're going to optimize the section. In order to do that, all we just have to do is the first one is to optimize it for the both sides. So we're going to go 20, 20. Then for this, I need structure so that I know what I'm doing. So for this, I don't think I have any issues with this. Okay, so for mobile, what we just have to do is we would select this, that's this container, and we're just going to give it 50. Then this particular container, we're going to give it 250. Then so 230 is the highest it can go. So we are going to do that for the rest. We're going to do this for 50 and we're going to do this for 230. Okay, so let's publish and see what we've done if we've not made a mess. All right, so having done this, we're going to come down and we're going to check moment of truth, and this is really lovely. This is lovely. Okay, so we have everything that we want here, and yeah, I think this is everything. This is everything for the home page, right? So this is mobile responsive, and for web, it's actually doing good as well. Okay, so the next page we're going to work on is going to be the project page. As you can see, there's nothing on the project page. If we click here, blank. So all we just have to do is we just take this content and put, because that's the projects are, right? So all we just have to do is click on edits, because we already click on edits, then we click on elements. So all we just have to do is we're just going to click on here and click on copy, and you can actually paste to another page. So if you have more projects, you can add more to this. So you may not need this button anymore because this is not more, see more. Then here we can give it a heading of 80. So yeah, 80 here. So we have, and call them project or projects experience or projects, so you can see all your all projects here. So you can add more if you have, and add whatever you want to have. So if I refresh this and I click on projects, you can see we have all our projects in one page. And also it's already automatically mobile responsive since we've already worked on mobile responsiveness from the main page. So if you want to adjust the height, you can adjust the height. So everything is in your own hands now. Once you've downloaded the file, you'll be met with three folders inside. So the first one is going to be for existing websites. So now this is for websites that are already existing. This is for new website, like we are installing the portfolio inside a new website, and this is for Figma. So I will be starting with for new websites. So to install it on, this is a fresh new website and nothing has been installed here. One thing with WordPress, you would need a hosting company, and these are the top hosting companies that I suggest for US or international. These are the top three. The reason why I added this is because they have an affordable plan, but if you don't know how to install, just once you've paid, just talk to their customer care. They can do all the installation for you. That if you are new, because I'm thinking about you being a newbie in mind, and if you are around Africa or Nigeria, these ones are one of the best ones, affordable. If you check their plans, they are very affordable. So now the first thing you have to do is, for a new website, completely new, you have to clear some things. So you first of all come down to pages and you're going to trash this. So now you can leave this because there's sometimes you might need a privacy policy page, right? But it would not show on your site until we're going to go up to posts. Then we're going to delete this. Okay, so once we are done with that, we are going to come down to settings, because we have to check what settings is in our site. So if this is your site, you find your website title, your tagline, you impute it, that's the name of your portfolio, definitely going to be your name or the brand name, then your tagline, then you choose your icon. So you can upload this and you can also upload it in another place. I would show you by the end. You can check all this to make sure they are all correct. Then one of the most important places to also come down to is this. So your permalinks, check if it is in post name. If it's in post name, fine. If it's not in post name, remove it from wherever it is and put it in post name and click on save. So now the next thing that you have to do is there are three plugins that you have to install. So the first one is going to be Elementor. The second one, this is going to be installed automatically. Then this is the third one. This is, if you're a new person, this is what we use to change. WordPress would give you www.wordpress/wp admin. This is what you use to change, but always save what it was changed to. So, and you can check previous courses of mine on the YouTube channel on how we set this up. The next thing that you are going to do is we are going to install all this one after the other, because in order for the plugin to work effectively, or in order for the template to work effectively, we have to install them. So we're going to delete these two. You select this and you delete them. Okay, so once you delete them, you click to add plugin. When you go to popular, you can either search them here, but this is the one you want to install. This, and this. Then the last one is going to be that WP hide if you choose to, but for now we are not installing it on this site. So you wait for them to, this has done, you activate it. So it will tell you to activate Elementor because it's feeding from this. Before we activate Elementor, we'll check if we are missing other things. Then we click on activate Elementor. So Elementor would ask you all this, just skip for now. Okay, so once you've skipped, all you just have to do is just go click here and exit. Cancel that, cancel this, click on this. Then this is our pages, then you trash it. So once you are done trashing, you also close this, you don't need this. So what we need to do next is we are going to install our theme. Our theme is very important. So we're going to go to appearance. Then we're going to click on this and we are going to click on install. Then click on activate. Then once we do that, we're going to click on install AI sites. So that is this plugin that you had starter template that you had we said is going to install automatically. Just choose this. This is if you want to install a different template from scratch, right? You can install any one of these for free. You can filter down to select free or premium or paid. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to go back to Elementor. Then when we go back to Elementor, we need to go back to we need to go to settings. And when we go to settings, because of the theme, the color of the template is feeding from the theme and not Elementor, because it's easier to change and everything. So we're going to click this, that it should not feed from Elementor, but feed from the theme itself. Then when it's click save. So now everything, this is the home page. So it will look like something like this. So it is now time to import the template. So the first thing you need to do is you would come down to tools, you come down to import. When you come to import, you click on install now. So once you click on install now, it will tell you to run importer, so you can choose any one. Now we have to choose our file. So now remember our portfolio files, that is for new websites. So the first one we're going to move, it's this one here that has this. It may look like your browser, right? But the one that has this WordPress. So we're going to select it. We're going to click on open. We're going to click on upload. So it's going to tell you to select. So now by this time you already have the name of your site. So this is because of this is the name of my site. I'm using an example site. So this is the name that I used. So I'm going to select it. Then I'm going to select to download and import attachment like pictures and every other thing, so that it's going to be easy for you to understand it properly. Then click on submit. So now to tell you done, have fun. So the next stage is we are going to go to customizer. So you can go to customizer from here, that is from this page, or you can go to customizer from here. So it depends on where you want to go for. So by me, I'm going to go from here. So now for customizers, I'm going to go to import. Then I'm going to choose this. Then this is the first one I'm going to select. Then once I select it, I'm going to click on import. Good. So as you can see that things are already changing, right? So the first thing that we have to do is we are going to come down to home settings. We are going to go down to static page, meaning we want the home page to be the default page. Then we click on publish. Okay, so if you find here looking scattered or tattered, what you have to do is you're going to click on this. We are going to click on menu to do like this. Then you're going to select the menu because this is already the pre-made menu. Then you can see that your menu has been created. Then you click on publish. So as you can see, your template is already here. So you might be noticing that, okay, there might not be colors and some other things. This is Elementor's issues, so you don't have to panic. So now we're going to close this front page. We're going to go to the website itself, visit it. And as you can see, you have your template to start editing. So now how or what you need to do is you're going to just click on edit. So as you can see, everything now comes to normal. As you can see here, this is one other thing I need to explain to you. So when you are changing this text, the reason why you're having two is one is responsive for mobile, one is responsive for web. So whatever document you put in here is the same document you put in here, so it's easy to change. So whatever you want to change, just tap on it and tap on it. You can easily change and upload the images. It is very easy. So you can just tap on it, click here, click on upload, then to pick wherever image you are picking. Make sure the image is not too large, right? And you can use your Figma to export the right size and everything. I'll show you when it is time to show you how to install on Figma. So you can clear all those things that you see me clearing. You can remove all these things and come down to the page to make sure everything is supposed to be the way they are supposed to be. Then you click on publish. So now you do this for all the pages. If you check here, we have 3 more pages. We have this Mazo page. You check if anything is scattered, just tap around, automatically this will come out. Then you click on publish. You have everything here. You don't need to do anything except it is time for you to change the information. Then you click on your projects. So this is going to be your project page. So you have all your projects like you did the other one. Just tap around, do as if you want to make any changes to it. Right, then click on publish. Okay, so the last one that we are going to work on is going to be the footer. So in order to exit here, you click here, click on exit. When you click on exit, you're going to click view project. So now this is all your pages. So now the next one that we're going to edit so that all the details would come out is, but if you notice, our footer is not the way it's supposed to be. I will show you. So this is it, but it's not the way it's supposed to be dark. So we're going to come here. We are going to go to UAE. Then we're going to go to header and footer. So when we go to header and footer, we are going to go to edit with elements. So straight up. Okay, so you don't even need to do so much. Just tap around. You can just delete that, add that. You can literally edit anything. Once you click on this edit button, you would see everything you want to do or replace with here at the left hand side. Then you click on publish. Once you are done, same thing, you click on exit, and voila, you have your site. So it is now for you to change the images, change the icons, and change everything you need to change. And as you can see, this opens to where it's supposed to be. So if you want to create more pages like this, you would have to create new pages for your case studies. So this is how to edit and use the templates. So if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below. So now let's go to the next type of installation. Okay, so for those that want to install it on an existing website, so take for example, now this is an existing website and you want to install it on this page, what would you do? So now I'm going to come to Mars. I'll use this as an example. So if you notice, this page has a different thing entirely and you need something from the home page to add here. All you just have to do is you are going to click on this. So when you click here, there's a high tendency you may not see the upload button. So you have to just move page by page in order to trigger it, because at times it wouldn't just show up. So here it is. So this is how you import. So because of I already have it, I would show you how to import it again. So you click on import, you click on select file, then you go back to portfolio and choose existing site. So now, as you can see, I have case study, I have footer, I have home. So I will just click on, let's just import project to this page. So I'll click on continue. So now once it's installed, you can see it's either one of these, right? So this is the new one that just came in. All you just have to do is click on insert. So as you can see, it has inserted the portfolio page inside the normal page. So if you have an existing website, you can do this and insert it on that particular page. So this is how to use it. So the next one is how to use it on Figma. So for Figma, once you open your Figma file, you click on this button to import. So when you click on import, you go down to your portfolio and you come to Figma and you select your portfolio. So once you do it, it's going to load and we're going to wait for it to install. This is what you're going to be looking at. So once it's installed, you click on done, then you are going to find it here. So we're going to click on the portfolio. So once you click on the portfolio, as you can see, this is it here. So everything here, you can use this to update the WordPress website by replacing the images, and you can also use this as your personal portfolio. So how do you do that, you might ask? So all you just have to do is you are going to click here, and if I click on share, I can copy prototype link. So if I click on copy prototype link and I go to an empty browser, so now once you paste it, just imagine you send this link to someone outside, then you can have this smooth experience. So another thing again you can level up is I actually prototype this a little bit, meaning if you click here, you can see it goes to this page, and if you tap here, it goes back. So as you can see, there's interactions with it. So you can improve your Figma file to have this interaction by prototyping it, right? That's if you don't have the money to do hosting. So if you click on here, you could see the prototype I did. So prototyping is not that difficult. It's just to drag. Take for example now, I want this page, like if I want whatever I want here to do is just to drag and drop, and you can look for extra lessons on prototyping on Figma. So for now, there is no class on Figma for prototyping, but I think I have a full Figma tutorial and you can check on it. So yeah, so with that, that is all for now, and if you have any question, leave it in the comments below, and bye for now.